Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Cartridge Fun. It's been a long time since I've said that. Feels good. It's been a couple weeks. Definitely happy to be back. In this video, I wanted to share with you guys what I found for the month of April. It was a fantastic month. As you guys know, I went to the Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Of course, the link is going to be down in the description below, so go check out that video. It was so much fun. I had a blast, saw a ton of games, so we'll kind of just recap on what I picked up for that. And then also in April, the garage sale season kind of starts in my area, so found a few games and a few other things, so let's jump right into it. The first game that I picked up was Tecmo Cup soccer game for the NES. This is a very uncommon game, very hard to find. Happy to add it to my collection. Again, being at the Midwest Gaming Classic, you see stuff that you would never see locally, so I definitely had to jump on most of these. I also picked up Return of the Joker Batman, so this completes my Batman set. This is a really fun game. I've seen it a few times locally, but it's been kind of overpriced around that $50 range, somewhere around there. I paid $30 for it at the Midwest Gaming Classic, and I thought that was a pretty good deal, so happy to add that one to my collection. And then I picked up Sesame Street ABC and 1, 2, 3, and I actually picked up a few Sesame Street games for the month of April. I really never play them, but they're titles that I don't have. I also picked up Bo Jackson Baseball. And then I did have a heavy hitter title on my list for MGC, and that was the Jetsons. I was very happy to pick this up. It's a really fun game. I've been enjoying it. Yeah, it's something I've never seen before, and I've just seen gameplay, and it looks really fun. So I definitely wanted to jump on it. I had to pay a little bit more for it, but again, I'm never gonna probably see that game again unless I go to a convention. Then I also picked up Galaxy 5000. I think Best of the Best Karate Championship. I can't remember if it's Best of the Best Championship Karate. I don't know. But this was a game that was on my list. It looked like a really interesting game. Had some cool graphics and just had a really different take for an NES game. So happy to add that one to my collection. There's a few others that probably got mixed in with my garage sale pile. So I'll let you guys know when I come across those. So like I said, garage sale season finally opened up. It is my favorite time. I try to hit as many as I can, but my community does a citywide garage sale. A whole bunch of vendors in one space, typically a lot of crafts and just things that I'm not interested in. But every once in a while you do find some games. The last time I went, I found Scoon for the NES for $10, which was awesome deal. So I was kind of anticipating that I would have the same luck, and I really did not. I found a few Genesis games, and I went out with Vigigamer. So Ryan and I hit the sale together. And we hit a few other sales around that area. Didn't find much, but like I said, found some Genesis games. One was Earthworm Jim. Now, you guys on YouTube have been telling me all about this game. I was excited to add it. It has the manual and everything. It's kind of dirty. I need to clean it up a little bit, but I hear it's a pretty fun game and one worth owning. So happy to add that one to my collection. And then I also picked up Afterburner 2. I probably overpaid for this one. I think I paid $10 for this one. Earthworm Jim was $10. This one's very clean, has the manual. It looks like it has never been played, but very clean game. Again, happy to add that to my Genesis collection, which is very thin, so it's starting to expand a little bit. And then as we were walking around, there was a game in that pile that I just kept on thinking about. I wasn't sure if I should have picked it up or not, and so I kind of did some research on it and did some talking with Ryan, and it was a top-down shooter. For some reason the title was sticking out in my head, and so I decided to pick it up. We went back around, grabbed it. We probably did rock, paper, scissors for it because I think Ryan wanted it as well. It's a top-down shooter, like I said, and that is Herzog Zwei. I'm not really sure how you say that. This one is not complete. just has the game and the box, and I paid $15 for that, which I guess is a really good deal. It's typically around that $50 range. I haven't tried it out quite yet, but it's on my list to check out. So happy to add those Genesis games to my collection. Like I said, that collection is pretty small and still kind of learning what games to pick up, which ones that I should avoid. But I thought that was a decent stack. And then there was a church that was also doing a garage sale to support the youth group. And I saw this on one of the benches, and it was a $2 plug and play. This is the Pac-Man one. I just thought it looked really cool. It has multiple games on it, so Pac-Man, obviously, Galaga, Dig Dug, Rally X. So it's got quite a few games, and just looks really cool. Probably end up on the shelf. I don't really get into the plug and plays. I have an Atari one. But yeah, it might be something fun for the kids to jump onto a little bit. So that was the community-wide sale. Then I decided to hit a local shop that I absolutely love. She's been fantastic for me. Anytime new stuff comes in, she gives me a call, see if I have it. So I went downtown and added a few titles to my list. Maybe if I can remember which ones they were. This might be mixed up, but I think I picked up the Moffat Conspiracy. So a game that I've never seen before. It is fairly common, just pretty dirty. I picked this one up complete. I don't know where the box went exactly, but this is a Steel Cage Challenge, LJN on the NES. Manual looks perfect, like it's never been played before. I wonder, because it's an LJN game, that no one played it. Not really sure. But happy to add that one to my collection as well. And then I think I also picked up a Super Nintendo game. Now, at the Midwest Gaming Classic, there were a ton of Super Nintendo games, but I was so focused on the NES, it just was really hard to look anywhere else. So I had a lot of opportunities to buy some great games, just didn't take the opportunity. So I picked up one Super Nintendo game for the month of April, and you guys ready? It's Nickelodeon Guts. Not a good game at all. One I didn't have. Yeah, Lucy asked if I had it or not. I didn't, so picked it up. Know nothing about it. It's probably not a great game. I don't think I paid much for it. Maybe $5, somewhere around there, $5 maybe. So definitely happy to just add another Super Nintendo game, even though it's not the greatest one out there. And then I was talking to Lucy for a while, and she had a Sega Saturn as well as a Sega CD. She really wasn't sure if they worked and what kind of cables went with them. So I took a chance. I don't know if these work at all, but the price was really good. I think I paid $10. And so I got the Sega Saturn. Don't know anything about a Sega Saturn, never had one. I don't have the power cable or the AV cable, but it did come with a controller, so I guess that's good. And some guys have sent some links to me through Twitter about getting some cables, so I might pick those up and give it a shot. If it does work, you guys will have to let me know what games to look out for the Sega Saturn. From my understanding, the games are pretty expensive, but pretty fun. And then I also picked up the Sega CD. Again, this one doesn't have any of the cables, but it does fit my Sega Genesis, so that's pretty awesome. It does have some rattling. I don't know if that's a bad sign or not, but I'll try to track down some cables on the cheap and see if we can't get this thing up and running. If it does, I will be sure to let you all know. And then there was some other garage sales happening. Again, picked up a few other NES titles that I didn't have. One was Mag Max, and I think actually this one came from the shop downtown. But Mag Max, and this is a game that I've seen a million times. I have no idea why I haven't picked it up quite yet. I think I always skip it just because I assume I'm gonna find it everywhere, and I have no idea why I picked it up this time. And that was Silent Service. I picked it up for $2, somewhere around there. I also picked up Roller Games. And then of course, another Sesame Street game, Sesame Street Big Bird Hide and Speak. This game is filthy. It's absolutely disgusting. I typically clean the games. Just really haven't had a ton of time to put that kind of attention into these games, but it's on my list of things to do. And then I also picked up Magic Darts. And a game I've never seen. The art kind of looked cool, and that's F-117A Stealth Fighter. I've never heard of it. Pretty cheap game. I think I also paid $2 for that. Maybe, or $4. Maybe $4 for that. And then, I don't know if I showed this one already, but this is Sesame Street ABC, Let Her Go Round, and Ernie's Big Splash. Again, I guess it was a Sesame Street theme. But it's getting harder and harder to find titles that I don't already have. I think I'm sitting around 400 NES carts, or pretty close to that. So it's getting harder. There are a ton of common games I still don't have, just haven't been able to find them locally yet. But the hunt goes on, I guess. And then these last two games kind of got mixed in with the garage sale bunch, but these also came from MGC in Milwaukee. And that is Lolo 3, so that completes my Lolo set. And then Prince of Persia, and I still haven't tried out this game. I really want to, just haven't had a lot of time. If you guys have played it already, let me know down in the comments below what you think of it. Kind of excited to check it out. And then also at MGC, Ryan hooked me up with a 60 to 72 pin adapter for my NES. I'm definitely excited to use this. I had intentions of picking up a few Famicom games, but again, once I got in there, it was tough for me to find the Famicom games and then really know like which ones would be worth picking up or not. So I guess I'm always on the lookout for some Famicom games, at least some of the common ones that I'd be familiar with, that I don't really have to go through a ton of the text to play. But thanks, Ryan, I appreciate that. Is that it? No, that's not it. You guys know, at the end of April, Nintendo released something crazy. It was kind of controversial, I guess, for a lot of people, but I picked it up. This is the Nintendo Labo. I walked away from it twice. I was like, nah, I don't need to get this. And then I guess it was calling me, so I had to pick it up. This is the Variety Kit Toy-Con 01. I have not opened it yet. A video will be coming very soon. I think I'm going to have my kids check it out, see what their thoughts are on it. I'm a little worried about playability or length of playability. I just picture us folding this together, playing with it for a little bit, and then never returning to play with it again. I don't know. If you guys have some Labo experience, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Really, that's all I found for the month of April. A ton of things. I was happy to share it with you guys. May has started off really slow, but I'll keep you guys in the loop. As always, make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later. See ya.